Everyone, my name is Monique and I am from Indianapolis, Indiana. I want to talk today about my overall weight loss journey. I am launching my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is going to cover the basis of the surgery and overall my day-to-day healthy food tips and also exercising tips. I began this journey in July of 2016, and I had the surgery March 8th of 2017. I chose this process because I went to the doctor one day, and I spoke about this before. And I was pre everything, high cholesterol, diabetes, you name it, I had it. I was advised to lose weight or I would not live to see my kids turn 18. So I spoke to my friend about it. I started working out and she was like, "Hey Monique, have you ever thought about just having the surgery?" And I was like, "Girl, no, like people die from this surgery and all of that, like all of the negatives." So I became a little interested in it, and I found the young lady who she was speaking of that had it. And I asked her a series of questions, and she was like, "Hey, I went through community bariatric center here in Indianapolis, and my surgeon was Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones she's short, but she's mighty. She has been doing the surgery for over 20 years, and I chose her because I did my homework on her as well. And she just educates herself. She's always looking for new ways to improve on the surgery and etc. So I went ahead and went with her. So I called the center. They told me you need to come in for seminar. It explains everything what they do. Gastric bypass, the sleeves, there's two surgeons in the center, dietitians and etc. My insurance required me to do 6 months of consultation. Not consultation, I'm sorry, 6 months of classes, and that is preparing you for the surgery, and these are dietitian classes. They tell you just what to eat, what time to prepare yourself out before surgery and after surgery. And I finished my classes up of January of 2017. I got my approval letter a week later, and I was good to go. I got my surgery schedule for March 8th of 2018, and it went on from there. I went in that morning on March 8th with one of my good friends and her fiance, which is her husband now, and my mom, and later on my favorite cousin. She came to the hospital. When I woke up, my blood pressure was 200 over 176, and it was stroke level. So, of course, my mom was having a fit. She couldn't see me, but they explained to her, like, hey, if any excitement, she could have a stroke. They don't know why my blood pressure got that high, but, it came back down and I was good to go. I was placed into a room, and I had a lot of visitors that night, so I really didn't get a lot of rest, but I couldn't help it. I was exhausted from the surgery, like, in the anesthesia wore me out, which is to be expected. So, I didn't feel any type of pain from the surgery. I was very tired, like I said, from the anesthesia, and I felt a lot of queasiness though. They said that's normal as well. My struggle did not start until I actually came home, and that was just me being mentally hungry. My mom moved back in with me, and she was cooking regular food and stuff. And I advise everyone who is considering this surgery and going through the process to prepare themselves, because I didn't. Didn't prepare myself mentally, and I was not eating what I was supposed to do. We were supposed to cut back on carbs, start getting our proteins in, start taking our vitamins, and I didn't do any of that. I actually went on a food funeral. Like, we were able to have a full breakfast the day before, and I went out with my favorite cousin and my two favorite cousins, and we went to Cracker Barrel, and I had like the biggest breakfast that they had on their menu. And imagine doing that, and then the next day you have to drink an ounce of chicken broth. So that can be mental to anybody who surrounds their lives around food. And that's me. Like, hey, you made honor roll. Let's go out to eat. Hey, we going to church. Let's go out to eat. Let's go shopping and go out to eat. Everything ended with let's go out to eat. My budget for out to eat before I had this surgery was maybe like $400 to $500 a month. No kidding. Anybody that knows me knows I'm the queen of going. I've went to all 5-star restaurants. There's no place I haven't eaten at. So, that became more of a mental, it tore me down. And I found the note in my phone, like, this was the worst decision of my life. And someone told me to delete it, and I said, no, that's a part of my story because I am so much better now. I remember deleting Facebook because Facebook has all these series of cooking recipes and all of that, and people were going out to eat. It was, oh my God, it was driving me insane. And I remember taking the medication that they gave me for pain that made me drowsy just to numb my mind. It was real. So over that, like over the past, like the first week, we had to go from full liquids, clear liquids for a week, 2 weeks of full liquids, and then, Puree food and all of that good stuff. Of course, when I got to solids, I kind of skipped stages. I didn't do the Puree. I really didn't do anything that I was supposed to do, and I am regretting that. I was getting sick a lot. I remember my mom, like 3 days out, like maybe 4 days out. I was still on full liquids. My mother went to Long John Silver's, and she left the house for like 2 seconds to take out the trash. And I went in the kitchen and tried to bulge down on a piece of fish. And oh my God, like my stomach was still like a size, like 2 ounces. And I had to I had threw it up. And she was like, Moni, did you try to eat something that you wasn't supposed to? And I was like, no, I don't know what happened. And it was just crazy. So I did that a lot through my process. Tried to eat stuff that I wasn't supposed to. And it made me sick. So as, time progressed on, I start working out. I didn't have any type of complications whatsoever besides sickness. Like when I went to solids, one day I could eat chicken, the next day I would throw it up. That's typical from what I've heard. Everyone is different. I began to work out a lot more, and maybe 3 months ago I decided to just give up meat. And I had fish here and there, but now I can't have fish, and I'm a year out. It was a year, March 8th, which was like a week or 2 ago. I decided to give up meat because it was just that I hate the heaviness feel, and then every time I waste it, and then I get sick from eating it. So I just think of different type of recipes to make with vegetarians. I just think of different things to do. I get a lot of protein in a day. I get in 60, maybe 90 a day. That is my life. I do still do the supplements because I don't eat meat, so I don't get a lot of animal protein in. So I do a lot of supplements, which is the protein shakes, the Premier. I've tried the Premier Clear, but that's too much sodium, so I cut back on that. I do a lot of the protein H2O. That is awesome. You guys should try that. That's at Sam's Club. So overall, I just do that. But overall, with the journey, I still struggle. I still try things I don't supposed to. I may eat candy here and there, and it's just me being all the way real. I have lost over 139 pounds. And I want to tap into that as well. Once I got over the whole mental thing of just food, I started tapping into my numbers, and I would step on the scale and I was 300. I was like, oh, okay, yay, I'm doing good. I dropped from my surgery. My highest weight was 351 pounds. My surgery weight was 341 pounds. I don't know how I lost 10 pounds, but hey, it is what it is before surgery because I wasn't doing anything I was supposed to be doing. But that's neither here or there. So I start tapping into more of my numbers, and I start getting caught up in like how I looked and what the scale said. I remember buying a scale and throwing it away. Once I hit 288 pounds, and I believe that was in June of 2017, I was maybe 3 months out. And I was like, oh my God, I'm losing slow. And then I start watching everybody on my community. We have a private group on Facebook. And I just started looking at everybody else's process. I have a sister, a bariatric sister, and I text her all the time. Like, hey, at this stage, where were you at? And all that. But the biggest thing, if you're considering this surgery or have had it, Your journey is not going to be like anybody else's journey. This is just life in general. You are not, your process is your process, your process. Trust the process, and that's just it. And I just realized maybe 2 months ago, after just praying about it, like, I'm almost a year out. I'm not in my goal weight. My goal weight is 185 pounds, and I am not there. But I'm like 20, shy of 15 away from it. And I was stepping on the scale, and it was like I'm gaining weight. But the more and more you work out, you build muscle. And I hooked up with my trainer. She's like my second mom. Check her out on Instagram and Facebook, Strong Not Skinny, Sherry Mays. And that's Sherry with Shari. She has her own studio here in Indianapolis. She does personal training, and she really helped me. She also, had the surgery as well many years ago. And she's giving back to the community. She wants to help, obesity, because it's big out here. And, she let me know, like, hey, Monique, even though you're not dropping the weights, you are dropping inches. And so I start measuring myself like, oh, wow, like, that's true. And I have the FUPA, and the FUPA was huge when I started going to her. And then I started watching how I was going down and going down. And I was like, okay. So I stopped getting on the scale, and I start trying to more celebrate where I am. And that is just, once again, my life in general. Like, hey, I'm not at this place that I want to be at, but this is where I'm at today. So I'm going to celebrate where I am. And I encourage everybody to do that, because you will be so much better if you celebrate where you are today. As long as you're moving forward, you are okay. And that's where it was for me. So I feel wonderful. I can jog without getting tired. I can run. It's not about the clothes and how I look on the outside. Yes, before, maybe 6 months ago, it did. I have not revealed myself to the world yet. If you haven't seen me in person, you haven't seen me on social media or any of that, you will have to see me in person, because I wanted to tap into the surgery and just the journey and just how much of a struggle it is. And I want to help somebody. And so this is just a cover shot. I don't want to do the before and the after, like, hey, look at me now. It's more in depth for me than that. And because YouTube helped me out, so I want to start my own YouTube channel. That's what I'm doing today. But I feel wonderful overall. The surgery really helped me. I do not regret it. In the beginning, I did, just like, because I said, the food cravings and the mental capacity of it is very heavy, and you have to have a strong foundation. You do. That support is everything. Make sure everyone around you is just so rock solid, because that really matters. Because like I said, it's more of a mental thing. And yeah, and that's it pretty much. I believe I covered everything. This will be my YouTube channel, and at the end, if I figure out how to do the little slideshow of a series of pictures, my before and after, I am going to attach this to this video. If not, it will be an additional video after I post this. Thank you guys for watching. I will be on here maybe once a week, upload my journey, tapping into, my healthy food items. I will be bringing in my family, because my son, he was injured very badly this past summer, and he had to sit out his favorite sport, football. He had 2 skull fractures, a concussion, short-term memory loss, and he's still going through therapy for his short-term memory loss. So he was hit pretty hard, banged up. So he gained a lot of weight, and we're going to get him in shape. So he will be brought on. He has his own YouTube channel as well. It's X-Champ Dre X. He talks about kids stuff on there, but you can subscribe to that too. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Fat to Thick. And I will be uploading more pictures of me at the gym with my trainer, my family, and just overall food choices and different techniques of that nature. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys subscribe. Thank you.